I guess the harder pounding that a center entails.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, and I think maybe the front office was looking at it like that.
Yeah,
and I mean, Anthony Davis, he's a good rim protector. He doesn't have to be on center, and he will still fly towards the basket to get those blocks, and that's something that Giannis does very well. And
that's true.
And that's something that he will continue to do, I think.
Looking across conferences, Boston, 8-1, they're first in the East. They're second in offensive rating for 112 and 112.2, behind the Mavericks. So their offense is clicking. And then we're going to talk about the injuries as well, but they just lost Gordon Hayward. But I believe that Kemba, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum can step up. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we just saw the Dallas game.
Yeah.
What Kemba did that game.
Man.
And
just imagine Kemba if he would have signed with the Mavericks.
Yeah, no. What a shame, but I don't want to think about that. But yeah, look at what he did against the Mavericks, and I mean that was with Jason Tatum having an off night.
Yeah,
he shot 1 for 18 that game, and I mean they each carry the responsibility. I mean they have the responsibility to carry this team, and they know that even if one of them is having an off night.
Yeah, and you saw Marcus Smart step up as well. Did a beautiful job on Kristaps Porzingis. I still don't understand why Kristaps can't post anybody in the league. These smaller players,
this is weird. Yeah, I know.
But he made crucial threes as well to seal the deal for the Celtics. And yeah, Kemba Walker's fourth quarter, he was just he was on fire. So yeah, I think those players can step it up. And then like we mentioned, Tatum shot 1 for 18. So, those players are going to pick it up, and, it sucks that they lost Hayward. He's out 4 to 6 weeks, but, I think that they'll be okay. They face the Wizards, Warriors, and Kings next. So, I think they're 11-1 next week.
They should be, yeah. But besides those three, I really like like you said, the role players they have, Marcus Smart, and then Williams. Williams is a really good rim runner.
Yeah.
Really good defensive player too. He's pretty quick too for a big guy.
Yeah, and Enes Kanter's still coming back. Yeah, he hasn't played a lot, but
yeah, and so is what's his name?
Yeah, Daniel Dias.
Dias, yeah, the German guy.
Yeah.
I thought he was a white trash guy, but they told me he was German. He was German. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, they're pretty good.
He's a fellow countryman to Dirk.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I think they're really good role players, and they know their role, and that is to be energy players. And
yeah, that's what I was gonna say of Dias. He knows his role. Like he's not asking for shots. He's not asking for any attention. He sets his screens, gets the rebounds. And, that does what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they've gotten valuable wins versus the Raptors, Bucks, Spurs, and Mavs. So I like how this Boston team looks. I didn't think they were going to look this good, but you look at it in comparison to where Kyrie went. The Nets are, they're 4-6 now.
And he shot like almost 30 shots yesterday, and they lost.
So do you think they improved by letting Kyrie go?
I think so. I really think so, because, I mean, he has so much ego, and he shot the ball so much. And, I mean, these young players, they need to have a role in the team, like they want to contribute too, and it's just not just a one-man show,
Yeah.
And Kemba's really sharing the ball well, and, I mean, yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been a fan of Kyrie Irving. We know that, but he's amazing offensively, but defensively it's not there. And then the thing with the outside of basketball, his ego, how does he treat his teammates, the mood swings that have been reported, all of that factors in. And for me, it's just I wouldn't want my best player to be Kyrie Irving. So, maybe they did get better. I love who Kemba is as a person, and, his game speaks volumes for him as well. So, maybe I think they did improve.
I just feel like a huge weight has been lifted off their shoulders, and they don't have as much pressure.
Yeah.
Like the national media is not really putting that much pressure on them.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're playing like free flowing basketball, I think.
Yeah. So and Brad Stevens is a great coach as well. So you knew if you just give him a good team without the drama that Kyrie Irving brought, that he was going to do good things. And just imagine if they kept Horford.
Yeah.
I think, man, they'd be top 2 in the East. I think
that's one thing they're missing is just an anchor on the defense.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe they could get it through trade. I don't know, but I don't know if they would want to break up this team.
Or if Tyson Chandler went there instead of the Rockets, man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, I really think that's gonna hurt them in the end, especially in the East when they have like big men like Giannis and Embiid, Horford, yeah. And I mean, hopefully I don't know.
That's true. Who do you think is better right now, the Raptors or the Celtics?
That's a good question. I like the Celtics honestly more.
Yeah,
but I mean, the Raptors are really playing well without Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, really surprising. I did not have them, anywhere near this good before the season started. Mm-hmm. But I love the way they're playing. Chris Boucher is probably one of my new favorite players.
Bobby Boucher?
Yes, him. The way he plays, I think, is the right way to play. He just goes all out for rebounds. He's a monster bringing down rebounds. He gets blocks, shoots really well from 3, just does his role, just cuts whenever he's needed to cut. And you don't have to draw a play for him. And he gets points, he gets rebounds, he gets blocks, and he knows how to pass the ball as well.
Yeah.
I was surprised that last season he didn't play at all. For the Warriors, obviously he didn't play because, the Warriors were stacked. Mm-hmm. So this is really the first time he's getting minutes, and I just want to put my endorsements out there for Chris Boucher. I think he's going to be a fantastic player in the league.
Yeah, I mean, he should get minutes now. After these couple games that he's had, I mean, he's been playing really well.
Yeah, for sure.
This Raptors team is really comparable to the Celtics, honestly. Mm-hmm. And they do have a lot of role players and young players, and they're anchored by their star, like Pascal Siakam and Kemba Walker.
Yeah, true. Let's look at our injuries now. The NBA, man, I feel like this season there's been a lot of injuries. Do you remember another season like this?
No, not in recent memory. I mean, probably. I mean, in the playoffs last year. I mean, that's when all the injuries really started happening with KD and
it's
the
true.
Warriors and all that.
We talked about Hayward. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. But let me run down the list of everybody who's injured right now. Marvin Bagley, De'Aaron Fox for the Kings. Lonzo is day-to-day. He didn't play versus the Rockets. And Brandon Ingram as well didn't play versus the Rockets. So they're day-to-day. Zion obviously is out. Kyle Lowry's out 2 weeks. Serge Ibaka, Chris Middleton, Victor Oladipo, Eric Gordon is out for 6 weeks, which I think that's really going to hurt.
Huge. Yeah,
that's going to hurt the Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
Kevon Looney 2 weeks. Steph Curry, obviously we know 3 months. And then obviously we know Klay Thompson out for the year. Blake Griffin is day-to-day. I think he's coming back now. Derrick Rose is day-to-day. Karis LeVert day-to-day. Kevin Durant is out for the year. And then Nurkic for the Trailblazers as well. But which team do you think is going to be most hurt by these injuries?
It has to be the Kings, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they lost 2 of their young core. I mean, Bagley and De'Aaron Fox. That's such a huge blow for them, man.
Yeah, and they were already struggling.
They're struggling, yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole after Fox comes back in presumably 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, they had a great game last night against the Trailblazers. Bogdanovic is really, really, really good playing at the point guard position.
I think that says more about the Blazers than the Kings. Yeah, it was a surprising win, but man, I don't know what's going on with the Trailblazers either. But
yeah, but I mean, they're not going to be able to play like that. consistently without those two, and they love to play fast. And without the Aaron Fox, there's no way you could play as fast as you want.
Yeah, exactly. And Chris Middleton being out, I think the Bucks will survive. He is a big part of their offense. And like we said, Hayward, we think the Celtics will survive as well.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Lowry is an interesting one for me. He didn't play versus the Lakers, and they still got the victory. So I think they're just going more to Pascal Siakam. So
Freddie VanVleet.
Heck yeah,
my boy.
So I think they're gonna be, and they're playing in the East as well.
Yeah,
so.
they'll be fine.
And then the Pacers are coming back. They started 0-3, and Malcolm Brogdon has been playing, fantastic basketball, and so has Sabonis. But Oladipo's still no timetable as to when he'll return. And I think the Rockets are going to be really hurt by this injury.
Yeah, I mean, Eric Gordon is their third best player.
Yeah,
and he's a crucial player coming out that second unit. Now without him, who's gonna provide that lift for the bench?
Yeah, for sure. And then we mentioned in the past pod that what are they, the worst defensive rating team?
Mm-hmm.
And then this is just gonna hurt them even more now. So,
yep.
Look for Harden to take like 60 shots a game.
Look for Russell Westbrook to keep running, like a chicken with his head cut off out there. But yeah, I mean, like another injury that is huge too is, the Steph Curry injuries, obviously.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would be, I think, the team most hindered by injuries. Yeah, for sure. It's just the way that things have gone. I already see the Warriors as like a lower seeded team,
mm-hmm.
and it's been a long time since I thought of them as like a playoff team. Only like 3 weeks ago, but still.
Yeah, I know, right? Dethroned. Like
yeah. But let's talk about the Utah Jazz. You wanted to talk about them, because you wanted to ask, what do they need to get to the next level? So, what do you think they need?
I really think they need a closer, and I know they have Bojan and Donovan Mitchell, but
mm-hmm.
their offense is really stagnant at the end of games.
Yeah,
and they are 23rd in offensive rating, or 22nd right now. And I just don't like how this offense is moving or how they're playing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really good defensively, no doubt. But at the end of games, you really need an offensive closer, and I don't know who's going to be their closer for the Jazz, for this Jazz team.
Yeah, they're second in defensive rating, and I think they need a bench scorer. They're 28th in the league in bench scoring at 27 a game, led by Emmanuel Mudiay at 10 points a game. So if they could get, I don't know who they would trade, but if they could get that sixth man, obviously you can't get a Lou Williams, but somewhere a little bit at a lower level, I think that would help them out tremendously. Like you said, for closing games and just having another scorer out there.
Yeah.
And I thought getting Bogdanovic was going to solve all their issues, but it's nothing to scoff at. They're 8-3. They're second in the West.
Yeah.
So they're playing really good. But like you said, if they could just get to that next level, I think this team would be really scary.
Yeah, especially with that defense. When you have, Joe Ingles is a great defensive player, and so does Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert is your anchor for that defense, and they do need some. They need to work on their system, I think, offensively. And I don't know, man. You're right. They need another player, another scorer.
I think like a Rodney Hood.
Rodney Hood, yeah.
Somebody really like good. That. That would be, awesome for this team. But Mike Conley's still just shooting 36% from the floor. He started out really badly for them in terms of shooting. So if he just shoots better as well, I think that would be, a much better team offensively.
Yeah, and I could see them could he see him like as the top seed? I mean, if